You could wind up wasting tons of money if you wait until the last minute to get all your CEUs, and you don't need to do it. There are lots of great free ways to earn medical coding CEUs, and we're going to go over them right now. If you're new here, I'm Victoria. I'm a medical coder, auditor, educator, and content creator, and on my channel, I provide tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you be successful in a medical coding career. If you haven't already, I would highly encourage you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get alerts when I post new episodes. Today, we're talking all about CEUs, continuing education units, and today's video is sponsored by Preppy, but more on them in a minute. First off, what is a CEU, or continuing education unit? We've established that's what it means. But what it does is make sure that your association has confidence that you are staying up to date in your skills. Depending on your organization and your certification, you may have different CEU requirements. I'm going to speak a lot to the AAPC certifications because that's what I'm most familiar with. So if you have one certification with the AAPC every 2 years, you will have 36 CEUs due. If you do not submit those CEUs, if you do not renew your membership, you will lose your certification. Or you wind up having to pay an extension fee, which I really don't want you guys to have to do. The more certifications you get, the more CEUs you're gonna have due, but it's capped at a maximum of 52 every 2 years for the AAPC. And depending on what specialty certifications you have, you might need specialty CEUs. And CEUs don't roll over. They want to make sure that you're getting current education for your career. So if you get 52 CEUs, but you only need the 32, you basically lose those extra CEUs. You can't roll them over to the next certification period. And your CEUs might be prorated if you were added to a corporate membership through your employer or taken off of your corporate membership. That will change your CEU amount due and potentially your membership renewal date. This is because when you're put on a corporate membership, they have certain amounts of slots of memberships. And if you are taken out of a membership slot, you go back onto a new renewal period and someone else will fit into that slot, their new employee. And one of the great ways that you can find a great employer is by going through an amazing program like Preppy. If you want to find out how you can become trained as a medical biller and coder in as little as 6 months without going into student loan debt, you want to sign up for my free career masterclass. The masterclass will tell you everything you need to know about a career in medical billing and coding, the certifications you need to get, the day in the life of a coder, salary expectations, job outlook. It gives you that full roadmap of how do you go from someone with no experience to being job ready as a biller and coder in as little as 6 months. And it will tell you about the program that I fully endorse, which is called Preppy. It checks off literally all of the boxes of everything you could want in an on-demand, online, at your own pace course, including things like an externship program, which you do not find elsewhere. So go ahead and check it out. Sign up for free today, medicalcodingmasterclass.com. Now back to CEUs. There has been some drama stirring up lately with CEUs. First was when the AAPC made an announcement that they were going to make their members only get local chapter CEUs from their assigned local chapter. That did not go over well with members. And then they came on this live stream and were like,
well, you can switch your chapter, so it's really only one extra click.
Which is like, why did you even make the policy in the first place then if you're just going to make people jump through a loophole in order to go around the policy? Kind of defeated the purpose, so they wound up rescinding that. Then AHIMA was like, whoa, we're gonna make our members get 40% of their CEUs directly from AHIMA. And astonishingly, none of the members were like, oh, well, I love the education that comes directly from AHIMA so much that I don't mind paying that extra cost. They were like, whoa, inflation, we need you guys to help us out just a little bit here. And we're not pleased about this because your CEUs are expensive. And also we want our choice of where we can go. So AHIMA has put that on hold, and we'll see what they say when it gets closer to 2025, when they say they're going to possibly start this over again. Then, to top everything off, the AAPC has increased their vendor fees for CEUs. Now, granted, it has been like 7 years since they've increased their vendor fees, so it was overdue for a price increase, but it's been a pretty substantial increase now. They eliminated the $210 vendor application fee, but the price for one CEU credit for a vendor to apply went from $165 to $330. Basically, the prices of CEUs have doubled. If you were doing an 8-hour workshop, it used to be $600, now it's $1,200, which means there's a good possibility we're going to see a decrease in vendors wanting to pay that extra money and offer free CEUs. But we're all in luck because I have all of the details on where you can get CEUs for free. First off is your chapter meetings. With the AAPC, most chapters are free to attend, and you can go to virtual meetings across the world. With some exceptions, there are some chapters that might have a limitation on a virtual platform like Zoom. They might say, hey, we can only afford to pay for a platform that can host 100 people. So if 110 people come to the presentation, we're going to only allow in our chapter members first, and then we'll evaluate if other people can come in. Now, AHIMA members can attend 2 AAPC chapter meetings for free before you're asked to become a member, although I don't think they always take the best track of that. And there is a way that they can generate the certificate to send to an AHIMA member. Under the local chapter officers pages, they would have to go to print certificate under their event, and they can print that out or print a PDF and send it to AHIMA members. If you're feeling like, Victoria, this is a lot of information that you're hitting at me, I can't remember all of these different sources, don't worry. I am going to make a little downloadable, and I'm going to put it in the video description for you so you can have a nice comprehensive visual to share. Another way to earn CEUs for free is AAPC the magazine, formerly Healthcare Business Monthly, formerly Coding Edge, formerly Cutting Edge. As an AAPC member, this is included in your membership price, so you automatically get the digital download version. It's on your AAPC account if you go under resources, AAPC the magazine, and you can complete a quiz online to earn 1 CEU per issue. There's also the My AAPC app on your phone. You can utilize the My AAPC app to access the information and take the quizzes on there as well. If you want to get the print version, you have to go into your My account with the AAPC, and under your mailing and email settings, you have to uncheck a box that says to get the digital version, and then they'll send you the print version. On the topic of AAPC the magazine, the other way you can get CEUs for free is by writing for AAPC the magazine. They love getting original content from their membership, 500 to 2,000 words for an article. It can be coding related, practice management related, professional development related, but you do need a photo of yourself and a bio so that they can publish it to the magazine. And they'll proofread it, and they'll edit it, and they'll make it sparkle and shine, and then they will give you CEUs for submitting to the magazine. It's especially good if you have a specialty that you need CEUs for, because sometimes those specialty CEUs can be hard to find. Now, as far as crossing over of CEUs, AHIMA does accept all of AAPC's CEUs, and AAPC does accept AHIMA CEUs with some exceptions. They will only accept AHIMA CEUs that are from AHIMA and AHIMA corporate offices. So if it's from a company that is sponsored through AHIMA or AHIMA approved, you can't get them, but if they're from AHIMA directly, AAPC will accept them with a transfer rate of 1 hour of education is 1 CEU. What you do is you input them to your AAPC CEU tracker with no index number, and then you add in the information from the speaker and date that you took it and the certificate. The AAPC also allows for CMEs, continuing medical education, for CEUs, and those are only though for CME credit or AMA PRA category 1 credit, and you need the certificate attendance, and again, that's a 1-to-1 match, 1 hour, 1 CEU. There is some education with CMS that you can use for your AAPC CEUs. So they offer the WBT web-based training. The AAPC website does say that they accept the CMS web-based training courses, again, 1 hour, 1 CEU. The Medicare administrative contractors offer CEUs as well. Mine, Novitas, has a lot of really great training, especially on those hot topics, things that Medicare likes to audit you on, and you can earn CEUs for them. They keep a whole education calendar. It is so much easier than it used to be because now you don't need to put in an NPI, a National Provider Identifier. You just register. There's a platform where you can retrieve a certificate. You put it in your tracker as no index number and upload the certificate and all the information, and it's a lot easier than it used to be. You don't need to be in a certain region to take that contractor's CEUs. Just understand though that if you're not in that region for that Medicare contractor, there might be some differences of interpretations of those Medicare guidelines that they present on. There is also a website called medicalcodingceus.com. Medicalcodingceus.com is is great because you can input free CEUs or any CEU stuff that you want to promote on there. And then there's a big calendar listing of everything that is available as far as CEUs. It's marked with AAPC or AHEMA. I think there's some other certifications in there. And it's easy because if you want to put something in, like you're having a chapter meeting, you just go on the website and input it. You don't have to email or contact anyone. So you can just kind of have everything all at your fingertips without having to check a lot of different websites. Another way to get CEUs is through a company Inservice. Now you do have to have these scheduled way ahead of time because it takes the AAPC a while to get through the approval for them. But say you're working for ABC Hospital and you have a great compliance officer there who is a wonderful educator, and every month they do an in-service for everyone where they talk about different compliance topics for an hour. You can set up a vendor account with the AAPC, register the hospital, put in the person who's speaking, and apply for CEUs so that everyone who's certified who sits in on that compliance officer's amazing presentations can earn CEU credits for that. Now that's only for the people who are working for that organization. You can't bring in an external consultant and have them educate and earn CEUs for free. You'd have to pay for those CEUs. But if I'm working, for example, at Jefferson Hospital, I can offer an in-service to the employees of Jefferson Hospital and they can earn some CEUs for their certifications. Now this can't just be for like general things. It's not for if you're a coder and you're doing provider education or just general information. It has to be a pre-approved in-service. Occasionally you'll find some of the insurance companies, UHC or even Humana, they might offer some free CEUs. So if you're subscribed to their provider updates, occasionally you will see that they will offer education and provide CEUs for that. Or they might provide CMEs, which again, we can use for our CEUs depending on what they are. So check out Facebook groups. There's things like AAPC CEUs free or cheap. And a lot of times instructors, as part of their instructor license, get CEU applications included. So they will often offer CEU sessions for free in order to build up their business and promote themselves. And sometimes the chapter officers will share their chapter meetings that are coming up as well. Finally, some of the products that you have already purchased may include CEUs. If you purchased your code books directly through the AAPC, they include CEUs, one CEU for each book you purchase. Now, I just did this a little bit earlier and it was a big pain in the butt to figure out how to do it for the first time because you don't get it through Blackboard. They don't automatically send you a code. You have to go through the AAPC Genesis app, something like that. It's aapc.gensius.com. I'll link it below. It's basically the platform I think that they use for their professional development stuff, which Bevan Erickson says that a lot of people aren't utilizing, and it might be because the website's not working correctly. Anyway, once you have that set up on your account, if you encounter any problems, please contact or email the AAPC, but you should be able to register for the ICD-10-CM, the CPT, the HCPCS, and the PCS book if you have it, and you watch through a little like how to use the book type of video from 2019. And then there's like a 10-question quiz on things like modifiers and place of service and symbols, and then a couple of like easy lookup things with that book. And once you pass that with a 70%, you can go into your completed courses, and there's like a little hover over, and it will show you where you can download the certificate, and then on the certificate is the CEU form. Again, if you have issues with that, contact AAPC customer service. If you have access to something like Codify or Select Coder, there are CEUs included there as well. I found CEUs that are included with Select Coder. I found them with AAPC Codify. So included in your membership, not necessarily free because you're paying for your membership, but included in that. And maybe your employer is paying for it. I don't know. Maybe they pay for you to get Select Coder, which they should. And assuming you're not sharing that login information with a lot of other people, you should be able to go in there and earn those CEUs. The AAPC also has 4 free yearly webinars, but those have been kind of spotty lately. I went to check earlier and I think there was only 1 for 2023, and then there were 2 for October of 2024, which is weird because October 2024 hasn't happened yet. So I wouldn't rely too heavily on those, but I will link that below as well if you want to check out. You have to be an AAPC member and logged into your account to get access to those free 4 yearly webinars. So there you have it. There are lots of free and cheap ways to get CEUs. You can even do things like get Billing and Coding Advantage magazine. They include a lot of great CEUs with their membership. So even if you have a small budget, there is always options. If you know any other ways that you can earn some great free CEUs, definitely let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. And until then, just keep on coding on.